Hello, our beautiful YouTubers. You got Joanna and Elizabeth here. You guys know the drill. When we are getting deep soul talks and we're high vibing, we hit record, we get deep with all of you, and we get any little bit of downloads. We're like, okay, let's stop talking and let's have all of our soul fam join us. So, all of you beautiful souls, welcome to our channel. If you are new here, you got Joanna and Elizabeth here with World's Cup of Joe, Awaken Your Soul. This is where you go to neutralize and balance your energy so you can be in a permanent relating experience with your person, your twin flame, if you so choose, because this is what we maintain every day, to be in a permanent relating experience with our twin flames. We went through it all, from dark night to separation to drawing them back in and keeping them in our space, and now permanently in our life, to where there's no more pushing and pulling. And so we got this question on our YouTube, and we just love getting deep. It's so deep. We were like, we got to do a video. So the question they asked was like, hey, why can't I be in mind about anything else, right? So you could be in mind about your aunt who put you in such low vibration, or your work, because there's just a lot of stress with work. You can be in mind about your health situation, anything to do with anything else but your person, and that energy won't push. You're basically experiencing mind, but it's not mind about your person, and that is not push. It's not push, my loves. I know, weird, right? This is why we got you all in here. The reason why being in mind about anything else other than your person isn't push is because when you're worried about anything else based on your own life situation, you're focusing on your own things. Now, when your mind gets activated, focus on your person. Now, this is a very good example. This person was asking, hey, if I have a lot of things going on about myself, does this push my person? I wonder how this impacts my person. That whole energy there, yeah, that's pushing. Anytime you're thinking about your person and how you're impacting your person and what they're doing, thinking and feeling is push. Why? The reason being is your person is you. They are you. And any mental, metaphysical, or emotional energy you send out to your person, your twin flame, will literally activate the polarities of your ability to push and their ability to pull. As soon as you start putting any energies towards them. And this is because they are you. It's less potent when you're thinking about your aunt. You think about your aunt all day. Your aunt does not feel you the way your twin flame feels you. Your aunt does not feel the addictive energy, the needy energy, the all day, every day consumed with thoughts and feeding thoughts and believing thoughts that are focused on your twin flame. Those energies, your person feels them by like 1,000. While your aunt, on the other hand, is another soul. While your workplace, on the other hand, is an experience that isn't your soul. So when your mind is focused on your person and you're thinking about them and you're ruminating on them, or you're worried about them, or you're trying to figure out where they're at or why they haven't reached out, do you see the trend here? The focus is your person. Your person is you. Your person is your soul. Your twin flame is you. When you put all that focus, all that energy onto yourself, and you deal with your own things without your person, wow, they could be in the room with me. Wow, they could literally sit with me and talk to me while I'm dealing with my own stuff with my mom. Why? Because I have a lot of stuff that I deal with my family, my friends. When I used to work in the my old 3D job, I used to talk about my work. Those things don't push because I don't see my person in the lens of mind. I see them as soul. So I can engage and interact with my soul, and I can have my own mind things. But when I'm looking at my person, I interact with them through soul. So when I'm in thoughts about anything else, it doesn't impact my person. But when I'm in thoughts about them, needing them to fix me, needing them to solve my stuff, worrying about what they're doing, thinking and feeling, figuring out what our future looks like, figuring out what the past looks like, all that is push. You can be in mind about anything else. It's okay. Life is cray already. To be in this journey, life is cray. But life is cray. So let life be cray cray on its own without worrying about your person. You can have whatever you're experiencing and your person won't be touched. Now, here's how you can touch your person. That was an example, is how I'm in mind about my work. I wonder how that's going to impact my person. I bet that's why we're not in union. This is all because of my life situation. Cancel that. All that is push because it's working on figuring out what your person is doing, thinking, feeling. Now, when you're in mind about anything else, there is this little piece, though, where when you're in mind about anything else, you can easily be in mind about your person. And if you can easily be in mind about your person, then you're back to pushing again. So that's why we always recommend align with soul for you. Organically, your consciousness is always aligned with unity consciousness instead of separation consciousness, where you are more and more feeding your person in your every now moment as though they're separate from you. So me and Elizabeth were talking about this really, really deeply, and she said something profound. So I'm going to have you go ahead and take over, love, and share this piece of why me and you no longer push our people. And it has something to do with how we can now see them energetically. Go ahead, love.
Yeah, it's crazy because I had just thought, okay, it's because of my balanced energy that I don't really think about what my person's doing, thinking, and feeling. And then it's like, it dawned on me, it's not that it's because I'm so balanced, it's because I don't think of them as separate anymore. It just is. We are just one. Our connection is just together, and I don't need to think of them separately. So I'm actually looking at our connection through this lens of unity consciousness instead of looking at it through separation consciousness like I did prior to separation while the addictive energy was flaring. Now it's just like, he is me, I am him. Whatever's going on in his day, in his 3D, I don't ever pay it any mind because it doesn't touch me. His stuff doesn't touch me. I don't allow it to touch me. And I just stay focused and rooted in my stuff and stay and maintain that unity consciousness. So when you can start really feeling into the oneness that you are, you will see that your thoughts don't really go to what they're doing throughout the day. And that being said is like, my person has stuff going on all day long next to me. And like we've talked about this before, Joanne, right? We don't ask our people a lot of questions because we know that whatever they need to share, they will share. And that's what also keeps us out of mind. It keeps us in that place of soul. And when we're in that place of soul with them, it is this natural unity consciousness. It is this natural feeling that we are one. And I don't need to know about the 3D stuff going on in his life. It takes away this need to know the mind stuff, their mind stuff, because everything that they're doing in the 3D is mind. And we don't need to be a part of that anymore because we're on soul level with them. So that's why it's like, a lot of people can't really understand, well, what do you mean you don't ask a lot of questions? Well, why should we? We're already one, we're in this place of soul. Why do I need to get into mind with my person? He'll tell me what's going on. And actually, when my person tells me the stuff of his that's going on, that's all mind energy, it actually makes me have to go and wooza and balance even more because I know that I am the peace. I am the peace in our connection. He's even told me, you are the peace, not in those exact words, but he comes to me almost to ground because my energy is so neutralized. So whenever he's going crazy in his own 3D, he comes to me as a way to ground. And how can he do that? By me maintaining that unity consciousness. Because if I was in separation consciousness, I'd be pushing all day long, and he would be even more so in mind. But instead, I'm maintaining this soul energy, and he's able to come to me and sort of like sip that in and give it to himself through me. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking epic when we can now be in a place of we are whole, we are complete, we are our soul, and our soul gets that completion through us. And that's that shift between separation consciousness and unity consciousness. And now somebody can listen and be like, well, that's really easy because you're with your person. But my loves, we weren't with our people. When they left us, when we were in dark night, when we were in separation for real, as in we never knew if they were ever going to come back to us ever again in this lifetime. And that might be really hard for the mind to swallow. And we were at this place where this void where we could easily be separated forever because we were consumed with their energy and focused on what they were doing, thinking, and feeling. And that's a huge shift. It's a huge shift to make all the focus about your person to now shifting it to make it all about you.
Hold on,
And
Joanne.
when,
You made a
yeah,
you
go ahead.
comment. You made a comment about how some people could say, well, it's so much easier because you're with your people. But I'm going to say this right here and now. Whether you're in separation or whether you're balancing, this journey is all the same. You still have inner work of shedding the mind's layers. And it's hard and painful whether you're in separation or you're balancing, because the energies that have been stuffed and are rooted out through this journey, they're painful to release. And so whether the end results never change. You are working to release the mind. You are working to align with soul. You are working to become the truest part of yourself, which is soul, which is that silent, infinite observer to all things, that person that can handle anything without judgment, the person that could be touched by anything external and not be moved. It's all the same. Your person, all they actually do is just trigger you in different ways so that you can release the mind. They're still triggering you whether you're balanced or not, because it's all part of the process. So for those that say, well, it's so much easier because you're with your person, no, it's still spiritual stamina. You're continuously growing. You are never staying stagnant in this journey unless you choose to go back to sleep. And as long as you're choosing to stay awakened, you're still going to experience the need to release the things that are not you. And it's always an ongoing process. It gets easier for sure, but it's not because our people are there that it's easier. It's easier because the more you do inner work, the more you're aligning, the more you're leveling up, and the more you're releasing continuously. So it's not because your person's there that it's easier. It's because you're doing the day in and day out work that it takes to maintain the soul energy that allows your person to be there.
It's not based on your person and then everything works out perfectly. It's actually, everything's working out perfectly because you're aligned. Everything's working out perfectly because you're balanced. Everything is working out perfectly with your connection with your person because you've now made this journey about you. You've focused and shifted yourself completely to making this journey about you, because this is a lifelong journey with yourself. And so whether your person is there, whether your person is not there, the same inner work that is done from all of us, because we've all been activated in this connection, right? Once soul recognition happened, we've now been activated to recognize and realize we are not our mind. And until we shed these layers of ego, we're going to continue to suffer. And there's always going to be a little bit form of shedding that's always going to be released. And that's happening whether your person is there or not. Now, your person being in your space, it might be activated a lot more than usual. So you might deeper in soul more than you've ever had before. But it's not going to be any different than someone who isn't with their person and experiencing the same triggers because they haven't heard from their person. And now there's these abandonment energies and jealousy and fear and all those things that are coming up for them because they're not interacting with their person can still come up. And that same energy that came up because you are interacting with your person and all of the same things that you were working on when you were separated, those things still need to be worked on when you're together. So there's no difference whether you're together or not together. The inner work, the inner shift, the focus on you is constant. This is an ongoing journey with soul. This is an ongoing journey to become the truest, authentic version of you. So when your thoughts of your person consume you so much to where it's controlled every single present moment in your consciousness, it's all consumed on them, well, they will be all consumed in anything else but you. The more and more you start focusing on yourself, the more and more you're aligning to your truest being. Like Elizabeth said, we've shifted so much, we don't see our people separated from us anymore. When you start aligning with the true you, you're literally aligning with the real you. And that real you is your soul. That real you is your twin flame. The part of you that thinks of them, that thinks they're separate from you, that thinks you need the physical person that is not your person, the more and more you align with soul that is already one with your person, the more and more you're being in this place of unity consciousness where they are you and they can have their own thing and be in your space. And you are merging with the one soul that is in between the both of you. So our person can talk and share words through their mind and give us our body, but the soul between us, that's the part of us that's one. And so their mind can talk about issues that they have with anything. Just like your mind can talk about any issues you have with anything. But as soon as you are allowing their thoughts to consume you and put you in mind regarding them, then you can no longer balance them in the physical. And guess what, my love? When you do the same thing when you're separated, you also can't balance them in the physical. If you constantly are thinking about what they're doing, thinking, feeling, whether they're with you or not, you're allowing them to put all the focus outside of you. So this is that shift. The shift is the light on me, is the focus on me, and is my stuff priority. And this is why you can think about anything else. You can think about anything else because thinking about anything else isn't thinking about your person. What really will help you shift even deeper, my loves, is just being present and aligning with soul. And guess what? Your stuff with your person, that gets sorted out. Your stuff with your family and your aunt and your work and your job and your all that stuff gets sorted out too. Because soul literally brings you your best and highest good. It brings you in the energy of love. It brings you in the energy of everything that you are. So when you can just focus on you and align with who you are, not only your family and your work and all these things that was putting you in mind get solved through soul, but you're in this energetic space where you're not leaking and focusing on your person. And in fact, you're aligned with soul and present because all your family and work stuff got solved through soul, that your person's more and more drawn into you because you don't see them separate anymore, because you feel intuitively and you're aligned in our being in every now to where everything that you are being is a magnet to your soul, to who you are, where your person can have whatever is happening in their life and want to be near you because you are the peace in the craziness in their life. Just like our people. We have all our crazy stuff and our people is there too. We both can be in the same space even though there's chaos all around, because we are each other's one soul. The more you align with soul, the more you can align with your twin flame in the physical, because your person is your soul. The stuff with your mom, the stuff with your aunt, stuff with your family, all those things, even though they're mind, they're not about your person. When you start thinking of your person, specific to how they will fix you and solve you and be everything to you, then you're seeing them separate. Because our people are not separate from us. They are us. And we know they are us. I laugh at the energy so much because it's so fast. It pops up wherever you are. It sees you wherever you are. When you're being, they're there too. Your phone that you were so worried about before, stalking the hell out of everything they are in, when you're being, they're reflecting that same, like, must be with you energy that you had back to you. So everything in your journey now shifts when you stop focusing on anything else about your person and start focusing on everything else about you. We love you so much. We hope you have an amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.